WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of WHPS, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining me for Can We Talk About It, where we do talk about that elephant in the room. Before I begin, you know that I have to go ahead and do my shout outs. Shout out to my son Robert. Hey Robert, he came to see me and we had fun and everything. Shout out to my church family, First Church of God. There's such beautiful people there, and you know, I really appreciate all the things that my church means to me, and all the love that they show me. So I thank the Lord for that. I thank the Lord for my husband, and today my husband is here. So me and my husband, Charles Stinson, we're going to talk to some of the people that's not married, like single people, as far as marriage is concerned, what we should look out when we're trying to find a partner. And just a disclaimer, we are not marriage counselors. We're just giving you our experience on our situations with each other and others that was in our lives before us. So without further ado, we're going to start this by saying that a lot of our sisters, you know, you get your jobs and everything. I'm talking about my single sisters. You get a job or whatnot, and this, that, and the other, and then you just move some man in with you because he made you feel some type of way. And I just feel that, you know, as women, we have to be more respectful to our bodies, and we have to learn how to, you know, look at our body as a sacred thing. Now, coming from a man's point of view, I actually want you to talk to my husband about this. I mean, I want my husband to talk to you about this because it's wild, you know, for a woman, I can't really tell you what's going on in the man's head or what a man is thinking. And so that's why I'm so glad that my husband said that he would come back and be a guest so we can talk some more about marital issues, what to look out for, you know, as you're trying to find a husband. So I want my husband, Charles Stinson, to let you guys, let the women know, you know, what a man thinks when you just automatically move them into your home.
Yeah, because as far as a man, you know, is you moving into another woman's house, he automatically thinks, well, I got it made, you know, she'll take care of me, especially if he's not working. Now, if he's working and wants to help you out and take care of the bills and everything, but still, you shouldn't move a man into your house unless that's your husband. So we have to make sure that we're following what God wants us to do. And moving in with another person when you're not married, we know that's wrong. So the first thing you should do is not let him move in at all. And you also have to be on the same page of what you really want to have in a relationship, whether you want to get married or, you know, just be friends. But first you should be friends first and see if this is the person for you. But you definitely shouldn't let anyone move in with you unless that's your husband.
I appreciate that. So, and that's what I was saying. When me and my husband first met, we didn't move in together or anything. Matter of fact, I had told you on plenty of occasions, we actually waited. We should have waited until we were married, but we just didn't meet and just have sex. I'll just say it like that. And a lot of brothers out here, now you brothers out here, you know, some of you guys, that's a shame. That's a shame how you move in with a woman. She takes advantage. I mean, well, yeah, I will say that she takes advantage of you, treat you like a little kid. You're not working, but you're at home, and because you're not working, you're doing all kinds of disrespectful things to her. Now, I'm talking about married people now. I'm basically talking about married people now. You don't have a job. Your wife works. You're not trying to find a job. You're in the PlayStation 10 all day long, and when she comes home, you're asking her, what is there to eat? I'm just not getting how men could be so slothful. When the older you get, it seems like the lazier some of you men get. And I don't understand that. I'm very blessed to have my husband, because the thing about that is fathers play a very big role in a man's life. And I want my husband to tell you about his father and the things that his father did for him. And then, his father had passed away like right before we got married, and that was kind of like a challenge for him in our marriage. So
Yes, having a father like I did, it was great, because he showed me how to take care of my family and be a man. Certain things I had to grow up and learn how to be a man, but he definitely taught me how to be responsible, take responsibility. And then, like my wife said, after he passed, it was hard, because I looked up to him. And that's the good thing about having a father that sets a good example. So it's important for fathers to be in their children's lives, because they really need you, fathers. They really need you. And so when my father passed, it was hard, and I had to go through some issues, but now I feel like I've gotten better, a lot better, and I've grown. And for men, we have to take more responsibilities for our family also. As men, our job is to protect our families and to take care of our families and to take care of our kids. So men out there, keep doing what you're doing as far as working, and make sure you take care of your family. Make sure you take care of your wife, because that's our responsibility. It's not the responsibility of the wife to take care of the man. That's not her responsibility. She's supposed to help the man, not be the man. That's what the man is for, is to be the man and not to be the wife. So men out there, make sure you taking care of your family, and make sure you taking care of your kids, so your wife could be the helpmeet that she was made to be.
thank you so much for that. I sure appreciate that. And you guys, you see why I just care so much about this man. He has a wealth of knowledge to actually share with a lot of young brothers. And like I said, I'm not a man, and I can't tell. I can, from the experience that I have, I can give some advice, but I'm not a man. I can't really tell a young man or older man or even a man my age how to be a man. So I'm very grateful that my husband, came on the show, and, I was letting him know, it was his day off, and I told him it would be really nice, because when I very first started, we hadn't been that long, had been married. Right. And I asked him to come on the show so we could talk about, the things that we were going through. So now we're like maybe 10 years now into our marriage. And I mean, we still go through things. We still, get this agitating feeling with each other. I mean, we've been together for years and everything. But what I will say, we've been together since 2002. It don't even seem like we've been together as long as we have been, because the way we are, we're more considerate towards each other and what we want for our mate. It's not all about us. And that's what I want to tell a lot of you women too. Okay, there are some women out here that your husband may have lost his job and you were working, and you treat him, and you're treating him like a child. I'm letting you know now, that's a good recipe to push your husband away and send him into the arms of a Jezebel. No man wants to be downgraded in his home, especially when he's doing the best he can, because there may be husbands that's at home, but just because they're there, that don't mean they want to be there. So I just want the women to know that you can cause a great, great rift between you in your partner when he's going through, and now you feel like you're the man and you're not the man of the house, and you're trying to put him in a child's place. You're only asking for a recipe for disaster when you do that. So women, I just want you to understand that when you decide that you want to get married and you go before a preacher, a pastor, a man of God that's going to marry you, a lot of women do not take their vows seriously, for the simple fact that the Bible says that we are supposed to love, honor, and obey. And we look at that obey as something that, I ain't doing that. He ain't gonna tell me. It don't have anything to do with that. I mean, if you didn't want to obey, then just be out in the street and take care of yourself, and just be out there just running amok with your vagina. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's what you want to do. But for me, I'm a strong black woman, but I've always been in the church, so I've never had a problem to yielding to my husband, because I grew up in a church where I practiced the Bible, and that's what we were supposed to do. So, but there are men out here who actually take their obey too far, and I actually want my husband to speak on that, because there was some times, like when we first got married, and I would get like really upset with him, and I would say things that I really shouldn't say. And as we grew, not only as a couple but as individuals, and then we've been in a new church for the last 3 or 4 years, so we're learning a lot about things that was in the Bible that we never even thought was in there. But for a man that's not working and his wife is trying to take on the role of a man, how do you think a man, because I know you've never been in that position, but how do you think a man that would be in that position would feel towards towards his wife?
Well, some men, it depends on how the man is. Some men, they like that kind of stuff, that the wife takes over and takes control. That way they don't have to do nothing. Mm-hmm. But a real man, he would want to get out there and try to find him a job, because his main goal is to take care of his family. And if the wife understands that her husband, is going through some tough times and knows that he really wants to go out there and work, she should be able to, understand what he's going through and help him as much as she can, because in the end, she is the helpmeet to help him. So, see, the man is really supposed to be out there taking care of his family, so the wife doesn't have to worry about that.
But in this case, just say that this man, he really does want to take care of his family. Mm-hmm. Just say you was in this situation and you wasn't working, and your wife came home and she was giving you all kinds of grief. What would you do?
Well, me and her would have to have a discussion about that for sure. And hopefully we can be able to sit down and have a discussion with us not arguing and throwing pot shots at each other. Mm-hmm. So the main thing is you have to have that open line of communication. That's the main thing, that open line of communication. Because you know how I am about communicating. I'm not the best communicator, so that's something that I have to work on. But in that situation, you definitely would have to communicate, because I think something seriously could happen between that couple. The man might be like, you know what, I can't take it no more, and walk out of the situation, even though he might love his wife, and she might think she's doing a good thing by getting on him, but actually she's doing a bad thing by getting on him. Mm-hmm. So the man might act with his emotions, which I probably would have done myself. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying for the woman. Please, if your man is trying his best, please don't downgrade him. He needs to be uplifted.
Thank you. And sisters, that holds true in this day and age, just like it did back in our mamas and grandmamas and great-great-grandmamas and daddy's day and age. We have to learn how to be women. We have to go back to being feminine. We have to go back to there's nothing wrong with having children. I always hear this thing about people like, oh my God, I can't believe you married and you stopped working, you stopped going to school. Look, God made man and woman to be fruitful and to multiply. but because we're changing the way God has made us. Like now, women don't want to be women, men don't want to be men. Women that's bisexual or women that just want to be women, I could never understand. If you don't like men, why would you turn yourself into a man and be with somebody that a man would be with? I'm just not getting that. So for you sisters, I'm just saying, and this is my opinion, you're messed up in the head. There's no such thing as I'm living in a such and such body. You was taught that. You was around somebody molested you, something happened to you to make you feel that way. You didn't just jump up one day and say, this is how you feel. Now, there's a lot of young brothers, and I want my brother, Brother Stinson, to talk with them. You walk around here in these dresses, and now they got these celebrities walking around in dresses, and they're trying to make our young black men so effeminate. So what would you say to our young black men that's walking around feeling like they're trapped in a woman's body, or they feel like they have to be this type of way, or this is the way that God made them?
Well, God didn't make them that way. And first thing they need to do is stop listening to these celebrities, because celebrities will take you down the wrong road. What I would say is find you a strong man. First of all, you need to go to church and seek God. And once you do that, find some strong men that could help you. I think the main problem with our young men is they don't have any strong men in their lives. If they had strong men in their lives, they would be able to see an example. The only example that they see is the celebrities, because they push the celebrities up. They pump the celebrities up to make them seem like, oh yeah, they really good men. They really good father figures, but they're not. So fathers, mothers, make sure your sons are not following these celebrities. And make sure that as fathers, you make sure you stay in your son's life and show him a real example. And mothers, if you don't have a man in your life, make sure you go to a good church, find some good men, so your son could have some examples, and stop letting them follow these celebrities, because the celebrities, what they're doing has nothing to do with you. It's a whole different situation for them, because they're not following God. They're following God, all right, but not the God in the Bible that we serve, but the God of this world, which happens to be Satan. So make sure that you keep your son safe, and make sure that you need to show them about the Lord, and they'll be able to change their ways. So mothers and fathers, make sure that you have a strong example for your sons, and make sure they're not their celebrities or these sports figures, period.
Yeah, when it comes to celebrities, they already look at themselves as gods, and they're doing all these ungodly things. The world is actually pushing these celebrities to actually bring our children down. The real bad shame of it is there's people 30, 40 years old following these folks that really, should have better sense than to be following these type of folks. I mean, I'm like, the light didn't come on. What happened? So, it's not just like, I'll say it's not just 1 to 17 or 1 to 18 or 1 to 21. There's some men out here in their 30s and 40s, even our age. As soon as they hear Jay-Z, all that, he a goat. Yeah, he a goat, all right. He a goat, all right. He's a Baphomet, all right. So, these young men, they see these people, and then they want to be just like them. But the thing is, they don't know. And I'm telling you, young brothers and sisters, right now, these people are signing contracts in blood. This is a spiritual thing. This has nothing to do. You could have some of the best music in the world, and let somebody come and sign you up, because I don't know who the production people are right now, but let somebody come and sign you up. Before you do anything, they're going to make you sign your name in blood. Then they're going to make you go through all kinds of rituals and everything. Me and my husband, we were checking out some music and doing some research on some music. And we came across Barry Manilow.
Right.
Barry Manilow. And once we were listening to this and we was looking at somebody and they were researching it and breaking down the song. I know a lot of you guys probably heard that song, I Write the Song That Makes the Whole World Sing. Actually, Barry Manilow paid a big price to be the icon that he was. And actually, his body was used as a conduit for the devil to tell you exactly who he is. If you actually look up the words to I Write the Song, he starts out by saying, I've been alive forever, and I wrote the very first song. I put the music and the melody together. I am music, and I write the song. There's a lot of music that we are listening to, and we're singing the devil's praises, and we don't realize that we're singing the devil's praises. And it's a shame how even when it comes to Christian families, they allow their children to listen to this type of music. And I'm just not understanding, us being Christians, why would we tell, it's all right. That's because you want to listen to stuff like Ashford and Simpson. Just like they had broke down Ashford and Simpson with the song Just Seems to Hang On. And she was saying, she can't get away from this shadowy figure because she didn't made a deal with the devil and he just seems to hang on. And she was trying to be clever because there was a part in there. She said, wasn't I clever as only I could be? But you're never as clever as the devil. You're never going to beat him, not unless you're walking in the Lord's light, because you are not going to beat anything that's not of this world with your own will. You're either going to be this way or that way. There is no two ways about it. There is no two ways about it. Yes. So I just want my young brothers and sisters, I just want you to know that me and my husband, we love you very much, and we just want you to know that there's things out here that you may not know about, that maybe your parents might not even know about. And then there's some parents that's just in denial because they want to do what they want to do, so they're not going to stop you from doing what you want to do. And I want my husband to tell you guys about how young men can fall for women when their parents is not paying attention, can fall for the wrong person, the wrong woman when their parents is not paying attention.
Yes, this is very important for parents to pay attention to their kids, especially the young men out there now, because it's so many influences for them right now, especially when it comes to the young girls, because the young girls
then turned into Nicki Minaj.
Yes, they sure has, and that's the problem. They got bad role. They like, here we go with the celebrities again.
Mm-hmm. They got bad role models too.
Role models. So mothers, you have to make sure that your children have good role models, and they'll become good women. Because the young men, I think the young men have more problems now than the young women do, because they don't really have a lot of good role models. So make sure you watch your sons. Not only are the women after them, but the world is definitely after them. The world is trying to get them.
To make them
gay. Put them in prison. So fathers, mothers, make sure you watch over your kids, because the young women are fast. They're loose. And like you say, they don't have any role models to follow, but they follow the celebrities. They'll do the same thing the celebrities do, even though the celebrities don't do what they say they doing. They just say it to sell records, and your kids sing the records, and next thing you know, they do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Then your boys get caught up. Just imagine a young girl said, well, he touched me, he hit me, he raped me, and he didn't do it. Then next thing you know, he's going to jail. So parents, make sure you watch your sons, talk to your sons to make sure you know what's going on in their lives.
Yeah, you most definitely have to keep your children safe. And, especially the moms, and then especially when it's two parents in the house, what I will say is money is not everything. And if two parents are in the house working, what do you think the children are doing? somebody has to take it upon themselves to say, like, you know what, I know that the Lord is going to bless me, he's going to take care of me, he's going to watch over me and all this. I know that, but I need to understand that money is not everything, and my husband needs to be out working, and I need to be here nurturing the children because I'm a nurturer. Nobody wants to be around their kids, but everybody wants to have kids, which I think is an oxymoron. If you're not going to take care of your children, please keep your legs closed. There's enough children in this world right now that's hungry, and then they're bringing more immigrants in here, which is actually making it bad for our own people. So if we don't take care of our children, who will? So, you know, before I leave, I just want you guys to know, okay, I have my T-shirt. Yeah, you can move the books out the way. We have our shirts. These are the shirts I do. One of my shirts is say Detroit, $10 shirt, and this says treat me like a man. That's my $25 shirt. And you can get in touch with me at donnastinson@gmail.com for the shirts. I also have some for the children, and I wanted you guys to see these. I just think these are really cute. My On Shop store line is coming up. Look out for Oak Craze because it's going to be online. That's for the children. This is the back of the child's getting it together, and this is the front. So these are the little ones for the kids, and I hope you guys will visit my shop, or you can just get in touch with me at donnastinson63@gmail.com. I will send you a link to my PayPal. You can go on to my PayPal. payme.com/gettingittogetherproductions for donations. I appreciate that. You can also go there for my books, The Lonely Housewife and Blood for Life. I don't know what happened. I'm going to be talking about Lulu. It's a publishing company which they just totally destroyed my book of poetry. I don't know what the problem is, but I want you guys just to look out for these books. I'm going to have some more books coming pretty soon. I want to thank my husband so much for coming on and spending time with me and everything. You know, you really have to love your mate to spend the type of time that we spend together because we work together. He works in the company and everything. And, you know, we're just always all together. So we love you guys. We want the best for your children as we want the best for you. Like I said before, as far as the police officer, can you please get in touch with me that saved those little children? Can you please get in touch with me at donnastinson63@gmail.com. I have a beautiful shirt that I made for you, and I would like to at least take you out to lunch to let you know that your people we really appreciate you. We appreciate everything you do, and we actually need to start going and checking on these children, especially if their mothers are not you know, watching them, not walking them to school, not doing anything they're supposed to be doing. It's just, you know, we just need to just be more aware of our children. If it wasn't for the fact that our children was out in the world, then we really shouldn't be there either. You know, we're supposed to be out there protecting them, watching them. I've told you guys years ago, there's monsters out there. There's monsters out there. There's abandoned buildings out there that monsters live in. There's people out there possessed, high on crack, and you got the nerve to let your kids just walk to school like that. How dare you do that with your lazy self? So I'm going to give my husband a chance to do some closing things. You got 30 seconds, honey, and then we're going to move on up out of here and go home and eat.
I was glad to be on the show. I'm glad I'm able to talk to people, and hopefully, you know, you get what we're trying to say. All we're trying to do is make sure that you're safe and healthy. So we love you all, and hopefully you got something out of this show, and make sure that you tune in again next Monday so we can talk about it some more.
So until next time, you guys, stay strong and be strong.